Hello everyone and happy Monday. Today I just want to change McQuell out of her PJ, and I also want to answer the question to the fun game that Miss Suzanne'sBabies had suggested us doing. I had given three questions, and you guys were supposed to guess which one is false. Yes, so let me go ahead and change her out of her PJs, and I'm just going to leave her in her Pampers and t-shirt, and that's it, because I changed Dyson and also Jay, and they're just wearing their diaper and t-shirt today. Yeah, so let me go ahead and change McQuell. Okay, so the first question was never have I ever visited New York and Washington during one vacation. And that is true. I have visited both New York and Washington during one vacation, during the same vacation. My husband, before we were married, he took me to New York, and we stayed at, I know the name of the street is called Madison. I don't know if it's Madison Square, but it's called Madison, and it's a tourist area. And we did the tourist thing where you they take you around on that huge bus. I don't know if it's called a double-decker style bus, where all the tourists go driving around and you see all the tourist attractions. Yeah, so we done that for a few days, and during this time it was pretty cold. This was during the month of October. This was about let me see, maybe 17 years ago. Yeah, a long time ago. So, or maybe even longer, 17 years. Okay, I'm going to change McQuell out of the Honest Pampers. And keep in mind, she is a full body vinyl, so she does have girly parts. So anyone who may be uncomfortable with girly parts, please look away. Yeah, so during this month of October, it was pretty cold. I think it was I don't know, it was very cold, I know that, and at night was even worse. But it was, I mean, I had a great time. It was a beautiful trip, and my husband took me to see all the attractions, and we also saw the Twin Towers. Now my husband told me, or he asked me rather, if I wanted to go in the Twin Towers, and I didn't. I was so tired. It was so cold. The only thing I wanted to do was to get out of the cold. But because we were on that double-decker style bus, you know, that's, you know, we were still in the cold. So I opted not to. Of course, I regret it today because, you know, the Twin Towers are no longer there. But yeah, so from New York, we flew straight to Washington, and my husband took me to visit the statue of Abraham Lincoln. And I also got to see the different tourist attractions there, sceneries. I mean, it was a beautiful trip. I really enjoyed it. It was something different, because most vacation trips, you know, I would take would be just about shopping. So this one was more of an educational trip. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, so that story is true. And number 2 is never have I ever taken up ballet classes as a little girl, or ballet lessons as a little girl. And again, that is true. I have taken up ballet lessons as a little girl. My sister and I we were young. I believe I was somewhere between 9 or 10 years old. Of course, my sister was a far better dancer. She was flexible, so she was able to do the splits, and a far better dancer than I was, I'll tell you that. And question number 3, never have I ever broken up a marriage. Now, I have never broken up a marriage, and I was fortunate enough to work with many women during my time, and I have heard almost every horror story there is about women dating married men. So that was always something I was cautious about. And aside from that, I always had an uneasy feeling about dating a married man. I always saw a married man as the property of another person, and I had a issue with that, not because of any biblical religious teachings, just right and wrong. It just never felt right to me that, you know, I always felt that a married man belonged to another woman, and I just was always uneasy about it. Now, I have met 1 or 2 married men in my time. I met a few liars, I'll tell you that. Like, you meet them, they don't tell you they're married until, you know, either you be direct and ask the question, then maybe they would tell you the truth, or maybe not, you know. But I've had a few men who I knew was married, but, you know, just curious as to when would you tell me you're married. So, you know, a couple conversations went on, and, you know, they never admit to being married. And one time I asked the question, are you married? And the person said yes. And I asked, well, why didn't you say so? The person said, because I didn't ask. You know, but like I said, I worked with many women, and I've heard almost every story there is. So that was something I just was really never comfortable with, really. Yeah, so that's it, everyone. So thank you so much, Miss Suzanne'sBabies, for suggesting us participating in the game. I enjoyed it. And thank you all so much for watching me change baby McQuell into just her Pampers and t-shirt. And again, both Jay and Dyson is also changed into their Pampers and t-shirt. So today all the babies will be just chillaxing. So thank you all so much for watching. You have a great day. Bye-bye.